There are few roller coasters out there that have the potential to nab a perfect 10 out of 10 score for me. Before getting to Epic Universe, I'd ridden 272 roller coasters, and only 4 of them were flawless enough to earn a perfect 10 out of 10 score. Going into planning my 2025 travels, 2 coasters have the potential to rise up to that incredibly rare and coveted position. Does Stardust Racers earn that incredibly rare perfect score, or does the ride stumble just short of perfection? Walking up to Stardust Racers, the first thing that hits you is just how visually striking it is. The station is surrounded by towering rockwork, accented with etched bronze that hints at steampunk without fully diving into that genre. The trains themselves are works of art, with intricate etchings along the sides and accented lighting that really pops after dark. Add in the fog around those signature dueling crossovers, and Stardust Racers demands your attention as one of Universal Orlando's true icons. Now, once you've finished admiring Stardust Racers, you head into the line. And here's where being a dueling coaster gives its huge advantage. Stardust Racers runs 3 trains on each track, 1 loading, 1 unloading, and 1 on the course, with 20 riders per train and dispatches averaging around every 60 seconds. You're looking at a monster capacity of roughly 2,400 riders per hour. In short, even on busy days, this line moves. Like most of Epic Universe's major attractions, Stardust Racer provides free lockers before you board. Since Stardust has the strictest no loose articles policy in the park, thanks to the dueling trains weaving so close together, these lockers are absolutely required. What makes them stand out is the tech. Instead of your park ticket or a code, these lockers use facial recognition, and during my visit, it worked flawlessly every time. They're also large enough to fit my full backpack with all my camera gear, so you don't have to worry about the lockers being too small. Once everything's stored, you head upstairs through a quick metal detection check, similar to what you will experience on Velocicoaster and Hulk. And then it's decision time. Yellow side or green side. I recommend riding both if you can, but for me, the green side wins, and it's all because of one moment I'll get into very soon. Finally, you are selected into a row, board your train, pull down your incredibly comfortable lap bars, and the all clear is given, and you start your 5,000 foot dueling journey. The second your train begins moving, you hear the onboard audio kick in, which will just enhance your next 1 minute and 17-second blissful ride through the cosmos. The trains are dispatched in tandem, mirroring each other and slowly spinning to enter the launch tunnel. In the past, my biggest complaint with Mack Rides is how gentle the launches are. Not only is Stardust Racers leaving that criticism in the dust by providing an incredibly punchy rolling launch, but also delivers something I really haven't experienced on a launch coaster before. You rocket down the track, and it gives a solid kick that you are craving. However, once you're about 3/4 way down the launch track, the launch gives a second punch that feels like an afterburner firing. It's really bizarre, in the best way possible, but delivers one of my favorite LSM launches of all time. Immediately after launching up to 62 miles an hour in tandem with the opposing train, you climb up into an extremely steep camelback, giving incredible ejector airtime. You fly over a trim, which I personally never felt slowed down the train at all, bottoming out in a valley giving strong positive Gs, rising into what feels like we'll be nearing camelback, but where the trains begin to diverge from each other. This is where the magic of Stardust Racers comes in, as the trains begin to dance around each other, taking turns and taking the lead, with still providing punches of ejector airtime and strong positive Gs along its dance. You blaze past the station into a double up, setting up one of the most striking dueling moments during Stardust's dance. Each train will then dive into fog as they pass within feet of each other, turning around to head towards the second half of the coaster into its second launch. Now this launch, while not as punchy as the first due to already being at higher speeds, still does give a solid kick. However, the magic of this launch is how you can witness the incredible engineering take place to line up the trains again, so they will always enter Stardust Racer's signature element in perfect tandem, the celestial spin. I have to imagine, anytime Universal Creative approaches a manufacturer, one of their main parameters is to design one of the best inversions of the world, because holy the only inversion on this coaster truly might be my favorite inversion of all time. You watch as the opposing train dances above you, so close it looks like you can reach out and touch the other passengers. Personally, like I alluded to before, I give the edge to the green side, simply because I prefer the way it flows through the maneuver over the yellow ever so slightly. After bottoming out after another intense positive G's valley, both trains effortlessly turn to the right in tandem. switching positions as Stardust Racers enters the final act of this magnificent coaster. At this point, the coaster continues its dance side by side, delivering some fantastic pops of airtime and positive G's as you're awestruck by the train beside you. By the time you hit the final brakes, you don't even care who won the race. The duel itself is the victory. The train glides back into the station, you grab your stuff from the lockers, and honestly, you're already ready to hop back in line to try the other side. Like most coasters, where you sit makes a difference. Thankfully, the team members were always able to do our row requests, and out of the 3 times I rode Stardust Racers, I picked the back row each time. However, I did ask my friend Ashley, who managed to ride both front and back, whether she preferred the back row as well. She did state the back is more intense, but the front provides a more scenic and gentler ride. For me, the back row delivers some of the strongest airtime out there, especially as you're pulled over each perfectly profiled hill. Outside of the powerful airtime, one of the biggest advantages the back row has over the front is you're able to get a fantastic view of the opposing train anytime they're in tandem with each other. Overall, there really is no bad seat on Stardust Racers, but I'd recommend prioritizing the back row and maybe grabbing a front row ride if the line request isn't too long. Before getting to final scores, I have to talk about Stardust Racers at night, because it's pure magic. I will put it bluntly, this is the best steel night ride I've ever had. The only coaster that tops it after dark is the legendary Voyage. Unlike most steel coasters, the track here is left unlit, disappearing into the darkness. The magic comes from the trains themselves, glowing with the lighting package I mentioned earlier. It truly does look like 2 comets in flight dancing around each other from afar. Up close, the effect is even better. You're watching the opposing train just feet away, illuminated as it weaves around you, keeping your eyes locked on the dueling train instead of the track. If you're closing your day out at Epic Universe, do not miss a night ride on Stardust Racers. It's one of the best in the world. In short, Universal Creative and Mack Rides delivered one of the best roller coaster experiences in the world, and by far the best dueling coaster ever made. It feels like the perfect successor to the ill-fated but legendary Dueling Dragon. Mack Rides provides a sensational ride experience from start to finish, with punchy and unique launches, incredibly powerful ejector airtime, intense positive G-forces, all while delivering a smooth, perfectly dueled ride for nearly a mile of track. Universal has been on a hot streak these past few years, commissioning some of the best coasters anywhere. As I alluded to at the beginning of the video, I have only given out 4 perfect 10 out of 10 scores ever, and Epic Universe managed to secure a rare but well-deserved 5th perfect score, ranking number 5 out of the 275 roller coasters I have ridden. Bravo to Mack Rides and Universal Creative for stepping up to the plate and delivering one of the best roller coaster experiences on the planet. Well, what do you think of Stardust Racers? Do you agree with my review, or did I miss something? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you are new here, consider subscribing to Park Productions for coaster reviews, park reviews, trip vlogs, and much more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.